What's going on, everyone? This is Muscle Mike Fishing here, and today I'm going to show you how to use the Baitcaster. Super simple ways to minimize your backlash on here. So just as a disclaimer here, I am pretty new to bait casting, and I found these tips to be really helpful in minimizing like bird nesting. So we're going to cut right into it here, and I'm going to show you how easy it can be to get started on a baitcaster, what things to do with every lure to minimize bird nesting or backlashing, and really just catch some fish. All right, guys, so right here I have my Lew's American Hero Camo Edition. It's the speed spool. This is a great starter combo. I got it from Bass Pro for about 120 bucks. On here I have a 20-pound braid. It's got kind of colored camo wise, and it colors every 10 foot. And then I use a leader on this. So I'm going to show you the basic components so that when you're throwing different lures, whether it's, a crankbait, a topwater, swimming jigs, whatever it is, there's a couple things that you want to make sure you're doing, like adjusting your brake here. As you can see, that's my braking system. This little silver knob there, that right there is your spool tension. And obviously you have your drag setting here. But you want to do that because it's going to minimize your backlashes. And you want to do that for every single lure you put on. All right, guys, so again, we have right here is our braking mechanism, and can't really see too well, maybe you can, but it's got max down here, and then it has your min or free right there. So imagine this being like a scale from 1 to 10, right, where we have on here maybe 10s down here, 1s here. I recommend right now just putting it as a 5. You can always do that, and what you're going to notice is if you're casting and I'll show you how to adjust that, but say that's adjusted properly, and I'll show you how to make sure that is, and it's still giving you some backlash or bird nesting, just tighten that up a little bit, and that really can help in the beginning until you get a hang of it. So next, right over here, this little star is your drag system, so you can just spin that, and then you'll normally how you would check your drag, pull it, you can adjust, like that's actually really tight. And I would just spin this here, loosen it up, and again, that is still really tight. So there you go, and I'm pulling it. And then lastly here, you have your spool tension. And this is this little knob, that silver little knob there, and you can just adjust it and slide it up and down. Now, what you're going to want to do here is every lure has a different weight. And these reels, when you buy it, depending on the baitcaster you get, will actually have like some specs on there and kind of the weight range you can use with this. Basically what you're going to want to do is once you have your lure on there, like here, right, I'm using just a crankbait. It's about a 9 to 12 inch, or sorry, 9 to 12 foot crankbait. And I think it's about an ounce maybe. So what you're going to do is, you reel it up, and then you're going to push this button, and you're gonna watch the drag go out. I wanna just think about pushing this button, and I wanna watch my spool. And as it hits the ground, I'm not getting a lot of like bird nesting or backlash going on, which is great. And I'm gonna show you what happens. I'm loosening it up a little bit. You can see how right there, it started to spool up on me. Now, based on your risk tolerance here, right? I like to have it a little tighter. And then conversely, if you were all the way like super tight, it wouldn't even go. So you could start there. You can see how it starts to go. So obviously, the tighter it is, the more tension you're gonna have on the spool, so you might not be able to cast as far. So it's really playing a fine line here. And it might do a little bit of spooling, but a little bit, that's fine for me. But you want to do that for every single lure that you do, because lures are different weights, and that's how you're going to adjust that. So this one right here is a big one for you in terms of making sure you don't get that bird's nest or that backlash. And then if you're casting and it's happening, and you're adjusting this based on this drop method, then you're going to want to tighten this brake up here. So those are kind of the two big components you can do when getting started with a baitcaster. All right, guys, so there you have it. Those are my 3 tips, really the main 2 things, but the third would be the drag settings properly, which will help you not lose fish. My 2 biggest tips to help you not get bird nesting or backlashing, and not just suck at bait casting. Now, again, this is something that I've kind of from day one started doing, and I've only been on a Baitcaster here maybe like a month or so, and I've been able to do a lot of good casting, catch some fish, and I grew up only using a spinning rod. So these are tips that anybody can do. As long as you set things properly for your lure weight, you should be good to go. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know how you guys found this video helpful. Hopefully comment below with any of the things you're doing to help you not get bird nesting or backlashing. And until next time, go catch some fish.